Hi everyone! So today I'm going to be sharing with you my October TBR. I am super excited. Excited. I have a bigger TBR than last month because I kind of ran through the books quicker on my TBR than I thought I would, and I got bored of some of the books on my TBR. So I picked a wide variety of books for this month's TBR, but it's definitely a guideline for me. I like to stray off my TBR. I am a mood reader. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood for certain books and I need something else. So, but I'm definitely in the mood this month, I think, for spooky, dark romances and still some small town romances. So I am just so excited to share these books with you. I have a couple of books that I want to get to this month that are being newly released, which is Fractured Sky by Catherine Cowles. This is Shiloh's book, and I'm so excited for this book. This is the 5th book in the Tattered and Torn series. I think it's the last one. But Shiloh's been through a lot, and I love her connection with horses and animals, and she was the little girl that was kidnapped in the first book. And so I'm very interested to see what her relationship is going to be, and I'm very excited. And I don't remember, I had some others on my list that that were new releases, but now of course I can't remember what those were. But let's get right into my physical TBR. The first book I have is Heathens by Nicole Fiorina. I really want to read this book. This is a spooky gothic romance where our heroine is a witch and she goes to this town, like a witch town, I think. It's a forbidden, timeless, and haunting love story. 24 years later, she returned to Weeping Hollow, a town she'd only heard about in stories during restless nights under a marble moon in the middle of the night to take care of her last living relative. They called the nosy mortician a freak show, a ghastly thing. They said I couldn't go near her. Still, there was this aching pull to Fallon Grimaldi that I couldn't escape, a nostalgic pull as if he'd been here before. Once upon a time, there lived a mysterious boy named Julian with a curse as old as centuries wrapped around his soul. He was one of the Hollow Heathens, the very dark creatures who caused the townspeople to live in fear. And the Blackwell name was strained with darkness and death. They called him a monster, cold and hollow. They said I shouldn't go near him. Still, there was this aching pull to Julian Blackwell that I couldn't escape, a nostalgic pull as if we'd been here before. So I am just really excited to read this book. I think she's also coming out with the second book in this series in a couple of months. I think she had to push it back, but I am just dying to read this. I'm so excited. The next book I want to read this month, hopefully, is Savage Hearts by J.T. Geisinger. So I read the second book in the series this month and absolutely adored it. This is about, I think, Savage, Malik Antonov. He is a myth, a ghost, a legend, a Bratva assassin so feared some won't even dare to speak his name. He comes in search of vengeance for the death of his brother, but what he finds instead is me, a girl he thinks is someone else, someone unrelated to the man who killed his brother, except I am. Wow, so that sounds really good, and I really like this series, so I am very excited to read this one. And then I have the Clover Chapel by Devney Perry. This is the next book in the series that I haven't read yet. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it may or may not be, but I think they used to be, I think it might be Second Chance romance. And he comes back into town, and they were, like kind of a shotgun wedding, I think in Las Vegas or something. And she walks back into his life, or he walks back into her life, but she walks back into his life also. And he wants a second chance with her, kind of thing. I'm mostly reading this because I want to continue on with this series. I really want to get to The Outpost. I think it's the 4th book, so after this one I'll be reading that one, so I want to get to it as fast as I can. But I think I'll enjoy this one. I've heard meh reviews about it, but I just want to continue on with the series, and I do really enjoy Devney Perry in this series, so I'm excited to read this one this month. And then the next book I have is Blindside by Candy Steiner. This is a college football fake dating romance, and our heroine is the like media consultant for the college football team, and she like preps all of the players for like media attention and reporters and like questions they ask and stuff. And so one of the players, he just got out of a really, really bad breakup. And she also wants to date this guy who she thinks is really cute, but she doesn't think he finds her attractive. So they make this pact to be in a fake relationship so he can get back his ex and she can get this other guy. But obviously that doesn't happen. They end up falling in love. And I am so excited to read this. I've heard amazing things. I read Fair Catch this past month and really enjoyed it. And I just love Candy Steiner. And I love her love of football. So I can't wait to read this one. The next book I have is Shattered Sea by Catherine Cowles. This is the 4th book before Fractured Sky, I think it is. This is about Laken, and she was in a really bad accident in high school, and she lost her boyfriend at the time. I think it was her boyfriend, but they were really, really close, and she really loved him. And as a result of that accident, she now has a lot of chronic pain. And Bowden comes into town to kind of escape his career. I think he's like a movie star or something in the public eye. I can't really remember. And I think they strike up a friendship and fall in love. I've heard it's really sweet and just a really great read. And I just love this series. I just read Hidden Waters, which is the 3rd book, so I can't wait to dive into this one this month. I have Broken Bonds next by Jay Bree. I'm hoping to read this for the read-along that Jess from Peace Love Books and Tori from A Novel Life, and I think Sam Reads a Little, and Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl are doing different read-alongs for series so that they can punch out as many series as they can, and they do like a book a week. And I'm so excited that they're doing this because I just get distracted and don't continue on with the series, but I really want to because I want to finish series and just read all those books in series. It's very satisfying to finish a series. This is a fantasy romance, and it says, after the death of my mother and her bonded, I was relieved to find my own bonds. I was sure everything would be okay if I had them. It wasn't. The fate of our people is in my hands, and I know we're better off if I'm alone. After 5 years on the run, I'm caught and dragged back to face the men I ran away from. I thought I was doing the right thing. Now I'm not so sure. North, Knox, Gryphon, Atlas, and Gabe may never forgive me, but one thing is for sure, I won't ever forgive myself. So I think this is a reverse harem fantasy romance. This is like perfect for fall and spooky season. I can't believe it's almost October. It's going by too fast, and I am not happy about that because fall is my favorite time of year. But I'm super excited for this read along, and I can't wait to start this book. The next one I have is Reckless Memories by Catherine Cowles. This is the first book in the Wrecked series, and it's about our heroine. I think her sister gets in a really bad accident and maybe passes away, and she falls in love with her sister's boyfriend, maybe, and it's small town romance with probably some suspense in it because it's Catherine Cowles. She always throws a little bit of suspense in there. But I'm really excited to start this series, and I can't wait to read this one. So the next one I have is Unhinged by Olney James. This is a serial killer romance, and our hero, one of our heroes, he's a serial killer obviously, but I think he only kills like really bad guys. And he's a spoiled youngest son. So Adam, I think, is our main hero. He is a killer by night. Noah Holt has spent years dreaming of vengeance for the death of his father, but when faced with this killer, he learns a daunting truth: he can escape. His father was a monster. So I think that he falls in love with his father's killer. The other hero does, Noah. That's what it sounds like. But I've heard it's like kind of a really sweet serial killer romance, which I'm very interested and intrigued by. So I'm very excited to read this one. And then the next couple of books, well, the next 2 books are for October spooky season. So the next one is Star Eater by Kristen Hall. I heard that this is a like nuns cannibalistic book, that these nuns are cannibalists, and don't really know that much about it. But there's like this coven of nuns, and I heard from Katie Roberts. She really, really loves this book. And so I bought it last year. I haven't read it yet, but I'm very intrigued. It says, Alfreda Ron will avoid pregnancy if it kills her, and one way or another it will kill her. Though she's able to stomach her gruesome day-to-day duties, the reality of preserving the sisterhood of Atrium's magical bloodline horrifies her. For a brutal price, the matriarchal order keeps their city afloat above a haunted continent full of monsters. She wants out, whatever their cost, so when a shadowy faction approaches Alfreda with an offer of escape, she leaps at the opportunity. As their spy, she gains access to the highest reaches of the sisterhood and enters a glittering world of opulent parties, subtle deceptions, and unexpected bloodshed. A phantasmagorical, ooh, that is a big word, indictment of hereditary power, Star Eater takes readers deep into a perilous and uncanny world where even the most powerful women are forced to choose what sacrifices they will make so that they might have any choice at all. Sounds very interesting. Very vague synopsis. I'm kind of confused, but I'm intrigued to read this one. But I also might pick up some random thrillers here and there during the month to get me in the mood for spooking season. Like October is literally my favorite month of the year. I'm so excited. I also have Gothicana by Rue Nix. This is a gothic kind of academy/college boarding school romance, and our heroine, after losing her mother when she receives a mission letter from the mysterious University of Vermore, she accepts it as a sign from the universe. The last thing she expects, though, is an old and secluded castle on top of a mountain riddled with secrets, deceit, and death. An enigma his entire life. Vad Deverell likes being a closed book, but knowing exactly everything that happens in the university. A part-time professor working on his thesis, Vad has been around long enough to know the dangers the castle possesses, and he knows the moment his paths cross with Corvina, she's dangerous to everything that he is. He is. This sounds very interesting. I am really excited to read it. I really love gothic books. I don't read them that often, but when I'm in the mood for one, it can really hit the spot, so I'm very excited to read this one. And then the last book I want to share with you is Bad Boys Break Hearts by Macaulay Smeltzer. I really want to get into this series. It's a college football romance, I think. Or no, sorry, it's actually baseball. And I actually, baseball is one of my favorite sports. I love watching baseball. But anyways, I think this is maybe a hate to love romance, and maybe they used to be best friends or something, but then she like sees him again and he kind of messes with her kind of thing. But I'm very intrigued and I want to get into Macaulay Smeltzer, so I think I should start with this one first. Maybe let me know if I should in the comments below. I'd love to know. I don't really know where to start with her. She has just such a variety of books, but I'm very intrigued by her and her writing. But that is the end for my October reading plans video. I'm super excited for October. I literally cannot wait. I have so many exciting video ideas and vlogs I want to do, and my TBR, of course, so I can't wait. I love October. I am going to start decorating my porch soon, so I'm very excited for that. But I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.